Welcome to the Instagram stories for Monday, February 27th. I'm your host, Daniel Hill. You know what we normally do on Mondays. We talk about what the head of Instagram shared on his Ask Me Anything. A lot of the questions this week were about Meta Verified. If you're not familiar, I've talked about this extensively. It's an opportunity to pay Meta a monthly amount and get a whole host of features, primarily including the blue check mark, but other things as well. The first question is, will I lose my blue check if I don't pay? I'm only playing this answer because it gives a really good overview of the Meta Verified program if you're not familiar with it yet.
Nothing's changing right now as we test. Particularly, nothing at all is changing outside of Australia and New Zealand. The only change is in those countries you have the option, if you want, to buy Meta Verified, which gets you verification, protection against impersonation, increased reach, yes, but only in recommendations, comments, and search, and higher touch customer support.
Okay, so that gives you a pretty good overview of the program. You did hear him specifically mention how there would be more opportunity for reach in recommendations, which leads right into the next question, which is not a question, more of an angry statement. Charging creators for reach? That's not exactly what he said.
This is in relation to the Meta Verified test currently happening in Australia and New Zealand. And I wanted to start with this question because it gets at the heart of a really common misconception, which is that people think Instagram suppresses creator reach in order to get people to pay for more reach. But it's not in our business interest to do anything like that. If a creator is creating amazing content and people want to see it, it's in our interest to get that content to as many people as possible, because doing so means more people will use Instagram more. And then we can advertise against that elsewhere, and that's fine, that's great. And so I just wanted to clarify that real quick. Now, on the specific idea here for the test, I think adding reach as part of the Meta Verified bundle might be compelling just to the smallest of creators. It's not going to be a meaningful amount of incremental reach if you're a large creator. And so we're just testing to see if it is compelling to small creators, because we want to help small creators get a leg up.
You know, when I first listened to that answer, I said, okay, they're not exactly charging creators for reach, but as I listened to it for a second time, it really does sound like they are charging creators for more reach. Even though they say it won't help that many creators, how would you know if it would help you or not unless you paid? So that feels a little bit of a bait and switch. The next question, when does the charge for the blue check mark start in the US? As a reminder, this is only testing in Australia and New Zealand right now.
So again, this is just a test in Australia and in New Zealand right now, and we're going to see how it works. Does it work? Is it interesting to people? Obviously, there's a lot of concerns and questions right now. We'll iterate on it, and when we get it to a good place, if and when we get it to a good place, we'll then expand it to other countries, including the US, but no plans as of yet.
The next question has to do with customer support. Increased customer support is part of the Meta Verified program. I have said that that's something Instagram should provide for a long time. I don't think you should have to pay extra for it. That's my opinion. The question, why should I pay for customer support?
Basic support should be and will continue to be free, particularly around safety issues. What we're trying to explore is whether or not people might be interested in paying for higher touch live chat type support. And so we will find out.
I'll just go on record as saying I hope that other companies do not adopt this model. Can you imagine if every time you needed support from your internet service provider, you had to pay for the ability to chat them? Or every time you wanted to reschedule a flight and you wanted to send a tweet to your flight company, you would have to pay for that interaction? I do not like that pricing model. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about broadcast channels and how to get more of your posts seen. This episode is supported by Because I Love It, aka Billy. Billy is a social commerce platform that connects social media influencers with brands to sell online. Billy is performance-based, influencer-centric, and works across all social media platforms. Join Billy's 10,000 influencers today. Find out more at becauseilove.it.com. That's becauseilove.it.com. And we're back. One of the other things that Instagram announced recently are broadcast channels. I am specifically following 3. One from Mark Zuckerberg, one from Adam Mosseri, and one from Karen Chang. I enjoy the content that they share. It's not my favorite, but it's interesting. It's compelling. The question is, how do I get a broadcast channel? There's a wait list. Hopefully you signed up for it, but here's the answer.
So right now, broadcast channels are only out to a select few number of creators as we test it. But if you want to get early access, you can add yourself to the waitlist by going to this link right here.
I will link to that in the show notes so you can check it out. Next question. What signals do you use to prioritize how you rank posts? This is a very important question.
So our hope with ranking is to help people find the stuff that they are most interested on Instagram. And there's way more content on Instagram, even if you just look at what people follow, than anyone usually has time to get to. And so what we look at are things like, do you tend to like and comment on photos and videos from the author? Do you tend to like and comment on similar types of photos or videos? Maybe you're into comedy, maybe you're not into surfing, maybe you are into snowboarding. We also look at how much activity there is around the post. Is it something that's getting a lot of love and attention, or is it something that most people are just scrolling right by? But the whole idea is to try and connect you with things that you are interested in. And we sometimes make mistakes, but we do get better and better over time.
Okay, that's going to do it for today's episode. Thank you so much for listening. If you haven't yet checked out the latest episode of my podcast, the Instagram Stories podcast, I interview Sarah Fryer, who is the author of No Filter, The Inside Story of Instagram, and I'm giving away a copy of her book. So go check that out. I still have a couple copies left. So definitely check out the episode. I will link to it, of course, in the show notes. Thanks for listening, and be sure to come back tomorrow for more Instagram news or strategy or tips or something else valuable.
I'm not yet a member of the Instagram team, but my podcast covers many Instagram themes. But the name, image, logos are trademarks of Instagram and the LCC in the USA and every territory. Everything I publish independently. Until they let me run my team and start to pay my salary. Not sponsored or endorsed, no lies, no fallacy. I use their logo with permission, not malicious or callously. No trademark violation, filling all criteria. Follow me on Instagram or Twitter at Daniel Hill Media.